Hey, what's going on, world of YouTube? It's A New. Two videos in one day. Well, since we're going to be talking about different ways to prep, and especially for urban survivalists or urban preppers, let's get on a method of making fire that is not as conventional as most people think. It's weird because the smallest things can save your life. So, covering food, water, but if you don't have fire to sanitize the water or cook the food, you put yourself in a bad situation. What I'm going to do today is I'm actually going to teach you to make fire out of something you can find in numerous places. Now, if you get your setup in your kit, you'll get a ferret rod, which of course, makes sparks. It's always good to have. Now, in order to make fire, you can find this, and this is regular old dryer lint, which I know it seems weird, but bear with me. So we're going to make a trip outside, and I'll show you how I go ahead and make fire using nothing but these two things: the ferret rod and dryer lint. All right, let's head outside and I'll show you how it's done. So now that we're outside, I have my DIY can burner stove. I have, of course, the lint, like I said earlier. Then I have the ferret rod. Now, you're gonna have to go around and get kindling. What I've done is I pulled pieces off of this bark. It's a dry bark, and I just pull pieces off, but make sure it's dry first, okay? Now what you wanna do is you wanna go ahead, tear this up a little bit. And since you're gonna be putting in some in the burner, tuck some in, take a little more, break it up, tuck a little more in. Now you'll see why I'm doing this. Now, you're probably asking, okay, this man said he's gonna show us how to make fire with lint. Believe it or not, lint is excellent tinder. What you're gonna do is you're gonna go ahead, clear everything out the way. You wanna take your tinder and put it on a stick or something that can hold it. So be able to lift it up and drop it in to the can. Let me tuck that in there. Now, what you're gonna do with the ferro rod is you're gonna push it down into the tinder so it holds it in place. And when you strike, you're going to push hard, strike down into the tinder. So, you see the sparks? So now, let's go ahead and get the fire made. See, already got it started. Now from there, we're gonna pour the tinder into the can. We're gonna let that light up. Now as that goes ahead and lights up, the tinder in the bottom will go ahead and start to catch fire. Now you wanna use small pieces of wood if you can, but break up some of the small chunks of wood, drop it in there so it lights. Along with putting a little extra tinder in there to make sure that it stays lit and it gives it a chance to light up the little bits of wood that's in there. So let's go ahead and see if we can really get this thing going. Now this is just a DIY rocket stove. This is something that I made. You can actually look at the previous videos and check it out. But now you see that ultimately a little bit of lint can actually save your life. You'd be amazed what you can do. And since it's a gasifier, you're able to boil your water over it, and it tends to make more of a smokeless fire. So, hey, go ahead and remember, if you got a little extra lint, put it in the bag if you're gonna go camping. It makes wonderful tinder to get you started. Now I did that live. There's no cuts, there's no extras. I wanna make sure that you see how fast you can make a life-saving fire with nothing but a little bit of dryer lint and a ferro rod. So, you guys have a wonderful one, and I'll check you out. Yeah, now we're back in the house. I just wanna tell people, when you first get the ferro rods, don't be discouraged. Because when they come, they normally come black, like up here, right around the tip. But as you scratch them, as you see, this one's got some good use to it. I've been using this one for a minute, so I can really throw some decent sparks off of it. The more pressure you apply as you go down, the better sparks you get. So just keep trying at it. Sometimes you have to break it in. And also using enough pressure and getting a good point for your thumb to apply pressure also helps a lot. Those generally come with most of your survival kits. Make sure you do get those with a survival kit, or like you saw in the survival bracelet that I showed. So I just want to let people know, and also thank people again. But I will be adding more content. And like I said, throw any questions out there. And if you believe I missed anything, or there's a topic that you want me to go ahead and jump on, I'll definitely get it done. So thanks. I hope you enjoyed the video. And just realize, especially for the urban preppers, I will be putting a lot of focus on that, because people who are in urban areas who may not necessarily know what to do, I'm going to put a little bit more emphasis on that. I will be going out into the woods and also showing some of the bushcraft stuff also later on. So yeah, thanks a lot. Sorry for doubling up on the videos today, but I hope everybody enjoyed. And just for future reference, you never know what you might have to improvise and use. Who knew that you could actually save your life using a little bit of dryer lint? Go figure. So, yep, y'all enjoy, stay blessed, and I'll holler at you later. Keep an eye out for more videos coming up. And of course, I will have my Patreon up and working here soon. So, remember, if you already ready, you ain't got to get ready. So I'll holler at y'all the next one.